and I did my research paper on Japanese popular culture idols. And the specific point that I was proving was William Tsutsui's point that unresolved tensions is why Japanese popular culture caught on so quickly throughout the world, and after like World War II and everything. In my research, I gathered that during World War II and up until the 1980s, Japan didn't really export very many things. They didn't have any like popular culture that was popular in the world, and they weren't really active in the global economy. After the 1980s, they began to kind of draw inspiration from the US and from Great Britain, and this kind of led to the creation of their popular culture artifacts such as idols. And idols, as we discussed in class, are different than normal popular culture, like, you know, bands and things like that, because they have closer connections with their fans. They're able to like create relationships with their fans through more intimate settings and like meetings, and through the fans having, you know, more of a say in the group's decisions or the idol's decisions, and basically their role in you know, addressing unresolved tensions is just distracting Japanese people from the issues that they experienced in World War II, like the defeat and like the bombing. It was really traumatic for them, so they needed like an outlet to kind of address those issues. One of the things that I found was by an author, Annie Chan, and she stated in her article, it was called Consumption, Popular Culture, and Cultural Identity in Japan and Post-Colonial Hong Kong. She pretty much said that idols suggest a detachment from the humiliations and sufferings and pain that the Japanese citizens, grandparents and parents witnessed and lived through. So basically they were able to create a place that Japanese people could go to that where they didn't have to like focus on the pain and suffering that they had gone through. Pretty much people saw Japan as an aggressor country after World War II because they were pretty violent in their military, you know, plans and everything. But they still had to like deal with the pain and the loss of all their family members, and idols were a way to detract their attention from the unresolved tensions. Basically, Japanese citizens are able to fully submerge themselves in the culture surrounding idols. They can, you know, like buy their different idol paraphernalia and whatever, and like kind of add to the economic system by like purchasing their merchandise, going to meet and greets, all that kind of stuff. And it kind of, idols also kind of attribute to the kawaii culture in Japan. Like they tend to be cuter people or characters like Hello Kitty and that kind of thing. And another example that we read as a class in Patrick Galbraith's article on AKB48 is basically the reason why idols like catch on so quickly in society is that agencies can produce an idol and then they are taken to a television show, and then they, you know, are made different merchandise and all that kind of stuff. So citizens are really able to fully submerge themselves into their